Hey folks, welcome back to DCS. Today we're flying the P-51 on the Normandy map on 4YA's Project Overlord server. So what's brought me to World War II? As most of you will know, I'm generally more of a jet guy, specifically earlier pre-1980 jets, with a specific interest in gunfighting rather than missile slinging. But the truth is that DCS multiplayer is getting really stale. I've seen it all before, the matchups are always the same, the fights start to feel repetitive. The Phantom's introduction has caused a shift in the PvP landscape, wherein Red doesn't have effective opposition anymore, so fewer and fewer people are willing to fly for that side. As a result, servers become imbalanced. With the loss of balance goes the fun, and without the fun, what are we even doing here? What's the point? Since reading Robin Olt's memoirs and googling around the topic of World War II combat a bit, I've had an itch to give it a go for a while. The elements that draw me in the most are that despite the aircraft being more similar to cars than jets in operation, they feel more hands-on and complex to control in a coordinated fashion. You're constantly having to adjust things just to fly in a straight line, whether it be the throttle adjustment altering the engine's torque, wiring rudder to counter it, or the fuel tanks becoming imbalanced, so you have to switch the feed to one on the other side of the plane to level things out. The best thing about DCS is that you have to manage all this stuff yourself, which requires a solid understanding of what the aircraft systems do, how to manipulate them, and how that manipulation can affect other elements of the aircraft's flight characteristics. Even adjusting your speed or altitude requires adjustment in the rudder, the ailerons, the throttle position, and the prop pitch, or the RPM. It feels a bit like someone's turned you into an octopus and given you a drum kit. The satisfaction of coordinating everything is glorious, and honestly, I don't even need to fire my guns in a soy to feel satisfied at the end of it. Although it probably wouldn't make the best YouTube content. Beyond flying the plane and the micromanagement aspect, the fact that combat can only ever be had with guns is also a draw for me because it relies on a good understanding of dogfight fundamentals, which I feel safe saying that I definitely do have, but what I don't have is knowledge of these aircraft in particular, so this is giving me the opportunity to put my existing skills to the test in a new environment, and better still, because my opposition are limited to guns as their only weapon as well, I expect the skill ceiling to be much higher, meaning more of a challenge for me. Anyone can get tone and lob a missile off the row. There's definitely skill in knowing when best to launch and getting yourself into a position to do so, but it's night and day compared to killing someone with machine guns. So all that said, inspired by Robin Olds and the Springtail, I picked up the P-51 and the Normandy map because I hear it's the most used online. I then settled on the Project Overlord server because it has consistently the highest player count during peak times. It's PvP orientated, which is far more my bag than PvE due to DCS AI not operating under the same physics rule set as player controlled aircraft. And to thoroughly tick the "you are a realism huffing masochist" box, it also has every possible assist you can think of turned off. It's as World War II as it gets. Yeah, there's another P-51 here with. It's just nice. Set me up pretty nicely for a shot on this 109, but it's whether my gunner is up to the task or not.
Oh, there's a mosquito flying. Nice.
Oh yes, that was pretty nice.
Did you get hit?
I completely fucking annihilated 109.
Nice. Low left. Do you see the contact?
Yeah, I do.
It's hard to tell from the distance, but it looks fairly boxy, don't you think?
That's definitely a fuck off. It looks like he's got his gear down.
Or you turned left?
He's underneath me.
Oh, I'm seeing one further away. I'm underneath you, so maybe you mistook us? Oh no, you're firing at something. Oh, you fucked him up pretty good. Well done.
That's definitely a 190.
Honestly, I think worrying about wingspan is a waste of time. Just point and shoot. Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, that'll do.
Yeah, that's a 190.
We aren't flying in a coherent attack. In coherent attack patterns anyway, right?
Yeah, well, there'd definitely be more than just two of us.
Yeah.
This is like the Dunkirk version. Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk version of P-51.
Yeah, true. True. Okay, there's actually pretty clear above us. From the
Yeah,
clouds,
I'm
I mean.
scanning all over the place. I don't see anything.
It says 2 bandits over Sandlow.
Is that where we are right now?
Yeah, we are at Sandlow, so they have to, I would guess that they are somewhere close by. So is this like the first time you're flying Warp with 2 planes? Well, I mean, you played Warp. Just you add contacts in front of me, 12 o'clock. High.
Oh yeah.
Contacts actually below the cloud just.
Seen.
Do you have any idea what they are?
The...
Could be 109s.
I'm just gonna punch the throttle. Get up there.
Yeah.
I think they are 109s.
Yes, definitely 109s.
That looks almost AI-ish, that behaviour to me.
Yes. Oh, I'm turning right to turn with them. Okay, one is doing a crazy maneuver.
Alright, I've just like hammerhead stalled in between them. That didn't go very well.
Well, surprisingly, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's you. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, well, I'm the one that just flapped around. Yeah, you definitely have to fly this different.
I've got one on my 6.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on him. Can you turn right, please?
Sorry, didn't quite get that.
I'll turn left again. I'm trying to just stress him out. I might have gotten a hit on him, but I'm not sure. Oh. The enemy on my own 6 is very far away. Watch out, he might be getting quite close to you now.
No way.
My gunnery is very bad because I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah, no, I mean, fair enough.
Looking at you. Okay.
Oh, your 6 guys back. I'll try and loop
Yeah,
around.
I will just hope that he's out of range for now.
He's really close to you.
Oh yeah, okay. I almost crashed into the ground. But everything is under control. Okay, something's turning into me.
Yeah, I'm on him.
Okay, something might be on you. Oh no, it just dove very hard, but I think there's still an enemy on you. Yeah, definitely an enemy on you. Turn left, then I can take him. Now turn right again, please.
I don't know if I can outrun a 109.
I don't know either at this altitude. I'm just going full throttle now. That didn't sound good for the engine, so I'm not going full throttle actually.
I mean, I am, because I'm trying to run away from him. I'll try and bring him back to you.
Yeah. Well, okay. Now turn right again.
Your guy,
Get a
your
sneak
6
shot
guys
here.
back.
I'll take. Okay, no, he's very close actually. Oh, he's very close. Jesus Christ.
Alright, I'm on him.
Okay. Tell me where to turn to help you out.
Back left.
I think we got some hit on him.
Yeah.
Oh, shooting at you.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I'm doomed.
Yeah, sorry, I saw it too late. You're burning.
Yeah, I'm gonna bail out.
Yeah, bailed. Yeah, sorry, I saw him too late.
I knew he was behind me, but there's not much I can do. Moving on, as fun and engaging and satisfying as all of that was, unfortunately, like with most things in life, the longer you spend doing something, the more the cracks begin to appear, and the ones in DCS's World War II scene are like a builder's arse. The balancing is quite strange in the World War II scene. Here's a list of the aircraft on the Project Overlord server in order of production date, from earliest to latest. You'll note that Germany have the more modern aircraft, if you can call them that, which on paper should give them an edge. They also have generally far more firepower with larger caliber machine guns and with cannons more often than not being their main armament rather than 50 cals. But for some reason, servers are far more frequently blue stacked than red, which is the opposite of what we see in the Cold War server, where the more dominant aircraft are the more spammed out. This trend appears to be that the majority of players want to play the good guys even when the bad guys have better stuff, and this hurts the online game environment. I don't want to insult anyone specifically when I say this, but it gives me the same vibes as how the actor who portrayed Joffrey in Game of Thrones was bullied out of acting because people couldn't separate him from his character. We need to fly the bad guys stuff, people. You aren't a Nazi if you fly the BF-109 or the Focke-Wulf 190. I need stuff to shoot at in my P-51. And yes, Bullet, you did the same thing, you massive hypocritical bastard. I know I did, but here's the next problem. I don't want to buy another World War II module to the tune of £20 to £50 if the online community is this bloody small. The server is never full, and the most full it gets lasts for barely 3 hours on a Saturday night. It's very difficult to justify the cost associated barrier to enter the DCS World War II scene for how poorly fleshed out and supported it is. I had to buy a plane, a map, and the World War II asset pack, even on sale it cost almost £70, or approximately 90 freedom dollars, and that's for 3 hours a week of enjoyment.
I'm out.
So, should you give it a go? I think only you can answer that question for yourself, but it'll likely depend on what you want out of it all. As a PvP guy, I find it to be quite a hard sell, but the reason I'm a PvP guy is because the AI in DCS is both terrible in terms of replicating believable, realistic behaviour, but also in their physics-bending flight performance, making them a more difficult fight than necessary. I have been told that the Reflected Simulations campaigns are good if you're into single player, but some warbirds don't have campaigns available, so make sure you check the store before you buy if you won't be hopping online. Obviously the only plane I have experience with is the P-51, and it is very rewarding to fly. I love the micromanagement component of adjusting 3 other things each time I want to adjust just one. It feels like you're fighting with a handicap, which only enhances the satisfaction of successful engagement or sortie. And like I said earlier, I've flown sorties where I haven't even fired my guns, and I've still had a blast just due to the satisfaction of having to navigate using landmarks and hold course through cloud banks by keeping tabs on instrumentation. The game does a really solid job of immersing you in the World War II scene. It looks and sounds the part. The Mustang feels how you'd expect, but the most disappointing thing, despite it featuring in the name of the game, is the combat. Either due to lower player counts online, lack of parity with opposition aircraft, the superhuman stat-boosted AI, or the frankly atrocious damage modelling within DCS. You might have noticed in the clips I've shown in the background that the only noteworthy damage you ever really see on the enemy aircraft is smoke and fires, and the fires look more like a fat rope has been set ablaze and dragged behind the aircraft, rather than it being burning fluids or materials. I haven't seen a cockpit engulfed in fire. What fire you do see often looks like the pilot could overcome it with some inventive pissing. It may be in part due to the needle-like effect on target of using a pack of 50 cals rather than cannons to shred targets, but I've yet to see any control surfaces, wingtips, tail sections, or other components actually break off anything that I've shot at. It reminds me of the film Dunkirk, where hits were highlighted with smoke and then scale models were yeeted into the sea and the perspective shifted to try and mask the size difference in a vain hope we wouldn't notice. I have been able to more easily observe damage inflicted on my aircraft, but even then it hasn't included any significant portions breaking off, just holes in the structure and coverings or missing ailerons, and generally I'm getting hit by 20 and 30mm cannons, not anemic machine guns. Will I keep playing DCS World War II? It remains to be seen. Currently, I am still drawn to it, but it's hard to say whether it's due to a feeling of sunk cost fallacy or a drive to see more than I've been exposed to thus far. Perhaps the combat has more to offer when you get more proficient with it. The P-51's gyro sight is exceptionally satisfying to use when you get it right, and I do feel drawn to buying a rad module just to see if it gets any better flying for Germany. Part of me thinks it would be nice having more people to shoot at and having better guns to do it with, so I guess the best I can say is that we'll see. If you want to find out whether I stick with World War II or abandon it, then why not subscribe to the channel? I have just bought into the IL-2 series since it was on sale, so expect to see coverage of that, which will undoubtedly involve passing comparisons to DCS at some point down the line. If you've liked this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you want to argue with me about that list of aircraft in historical order that I posted earlier, the algorithm gods will smile upon you. And before I go, I just want to shout out our channel members, especially for sticking around despite the lack of uploads lately, and my channel sponsors, which can be found in the video description, Powermax VR and Air Models. Thanks a lot for watching, folks. Hopefully I will see you in the next one. Cheers.